everybody. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News. I don't know what I was doing there with my hello, everybody. It's the show that's still a thing. Today in the news, there was a Dead Space stream, if you're wondering what all this stuff is about. And although most of it was about sound design, it was really fun to see the pre-alpha development and what they're working on. And we got word the game wouldn't actually be released until sometime early 2023. That's pretty much what was going on. If you want to see, there's a stream over on twitch.tv/Jesse Cox. It's mostly me goofing for an hour, but it's some good goofs. This next story is why I have trust issues when it comes to a lot of video game companies. In the same week that I got myself hype as hell for Square Enix games, we get our first player reviews of Chocobo GP. And let me tell you, it's not good. Final Fantasy meets Mario Kart. How can you possibly screw this up? And before I continue, I'm gonna keep bringing up that interview Sid Meier gave about making video games fun and not just money-making vehicles, because Square Enix should know better. Surprise! Chocobo GP is all about microtransactions. A full-price game with pay-to-win mechanics. Yes, you can unlock characters by leveling, but there are also different currencies for different shops to unlock carts and outfits and more. Gil, tickets, mithril, which you get from spending real money. And if you want, say, Cloud, one of the most popular characters in Final Fantasy history, either you're putting in hours and hours of playtime to get him, or you're paying for him. That's crazy to me. That would be like buying Mario Kart and locking Mario behind a paywall. Look, I expected Chocobo GP to be mediocre, but fun. I don't think anyone expected this. In other what is going on in the game industry news, is it starting to feel weird to anybody else watching all these games companies buy up other games related companies? It reminds me of when all the cable companies started to buy each other up, or the telephone companies. None of that worked out great for us. Well, yesterday, we learned that Atari, whatever's left of Atari, bought MobyGames for $1.5 million. It is a site founded back in 1999 that's kind of like a database for game credits and screenshots and all sorts of game information. It's kind of like the IMDb for video games. It certainly isn't the first time it's been bought and sold, but it is the first time a gaming company has done so. In Atari, MobyGames has found a partner that will provide the investment and support we need to complete long-planned site improvements, said Jeremiah Freiholtz, the general manager of MobyGames. I am confident this transition will allow MobyGames to remain an important community-driven project, and that Atari's involvement best positions us for long-term stability and success. Obviously, it's not like Microsoft buying Activision or Sony buying Bungie or any of that stuff, or Epic with Bandcamp. It's not like that at all. But it is interesting and kind of out of nowhere, and I'm sure a lot of you are just learning about MobyGames right now, and I don't know, it feels like there's this rush to buy up stuff, even if it's something as small as this. But if you're asking me why they did this, honestly, I have no clue. And lastly, in the news today, Nintendo has once again delayed Advanced Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp for reasons that will probably make sense to you. Originally pushed from last year to April of this year for polishing purposes, Nintendo released this statement on Twitter. In light of recent world events, we have made the decision to delay Advanced Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, which was originally scheduled to release on Nintendo Switch on April 8th. Please stay tuned for updates on a new release date. And even though it's not mentioned directly in the statement, it's easy to assume that it's related to the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Why is it easy to assume that, you may say? Well, the main plot of the game literally revolves around a Russia analog invading a neighboring country. So you can see why it's a sensitive issue and why they might want to delay it. No news on a possible new release date, but we will stay tuned. All right, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for all the support and love and comments and shares and all the amazing things you do to support this show. It means the world to me. Also, thank you to everyone over on patreon.com/Jesse Cox. You mean the world to me too. And of course, that includes Neil Bug, Bobby Mendoza, and David Van Scoik. Thank you so much. That's it for 5 Minute Gaming News this week. I'll see you all on Monday. Bye, everybody.